Hey friends, welcome to another episode of French Food Friday. On this French Food Friday, you're going to need some all-purpose flour, some sugar, some butter, an egg, a lemon, some heavy whipping cream, some cinnamon, some crystallized ginger, some mascarpone cheese, and also some persimmons, and some apple juice. In a food processor, mix 1 cup of flour, 3 tablespoons of sugar, 1.5 tablespoons of ginger, and 1/3 a cup of butter. You're going to mix all of this until it comes together a little bit, and then add an egg yolk. And then mix it until it becomes kind of like sand that sticks together just a little bit like this. Then you're going to take it out and put it over a tart pan, or I used a pizza pan because that's what I had. You might have to take a glass or something and spread it out really good, but it should end up like this. And then you're going to want to press out the crust to where it's right at the edges of your pan. Then you're going to mix 6 tablespoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon of ginger, 1/2 a teaspoon of cinnamon, 1.5 tablespoons of lemon juice, and 1.5 tablespoons of apple juice, and then mix that all together, making sure that your ginger gets evenly distributed. Then you're going to cut up your persimmons and put those in and mix them in with this mixture to where they're evenly coated. Next, you're going to take your persimmon fruit and spread them around on your baking sheet, on the crust that you've made. You should have about 2 layers of this, one on the outside and one towards the inside. If you have any extra juice or any smaller pieces, you can just use those to fill in the rest of your tart. Then you're going to take this and put it in the oven on 350 degrees for somewhere between 25 and 30 minutes. The goal is to get your crust to a deep golden brown. Once your crust is a deep golden brown, you're going to want to cover it in foil and bake it for another 20 or 30 minutes. Then you're going to want to set your broiler on and cover the edges of your tart crust with aluminum foil, and you're going to broil this until your persimmons start to turn golden brown. After that, your persimmon tart should be ready. Just wait for it to cool for a little while before cutting it. Now for your mascarpone icing, you're going to whisk 1 8-ounce container of mascarpone cheese with 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of apple juice, and 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. You're going to mix that all together until it is whipped very finely. Then place a good spoonful on top of your tart. Hi friends, welcome to another episode of French Food Friday. On this French Food Friday, we're trying a persimmon tart with a mascarpone topping on it. So I have been eating a lot of persimmons lately from some of my neighbors' trees in Florida, and so I've been trying a lot of different recipes that are French that use persimmons in them. Persimmons are a fruit that are not super popular in France, but not because they don't have them and don't enjoy them, but because they're hard to really categorize. They don't quite fit in any one particular fruit section. And so here is the tart, here is the first bite. I'm really looking forward to this. I think the mascarpone cheeses and the mascarpone topping is going to be really good. So without further ado, bon appétit! I feel like I say this every week. I don't know what I was expecting, but this is so much more flavorful, so different than what I had in my mind. The mascarpone cheese and topping, the lemon juice in it has an acidity that really, really, I wasn't expecting it, but the lemon juice is a very great touch to this. And the mascarpone cheese, I don't know if I've ever had mascarpone before, but it tastes similar to maybe like a Greek yogurt, but where Greek yogurt can have a little bit too much bitterness or a little bit too much, probably more of a sourness than a bitterness. This one has the good qualities of Greek yogurt without going that little extra step. The crust is very, I don't know if I'd say flaky, but very crumbly. Tastes really homemade. I mean, it is homemade, but it has that feel of being authentic. This is really good. The different spices and everything that go into I don't know if you call it a glaze, but the topping there, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see down underneath there, just kind of the crust and that's a pretty good angle, I think, but you can see kind of the gooiness of the different ingredients that went in there. Of the persimmon dishes that I've been doing, I didn't expect this one to be one of my favorite better ones, but I honestly think I would give this a 10 out of 10. I don't know if I've given a 10 out of 10. Oh, I gave a 10 out of 10 to the pain au chocolat. But yeah, this is definitely a 10 out of 10. Great crust, the sweetness of the persimmon and the glaze that's on that, matched with the sourness and the tartness of the lemon and apple juice and mascarpone cheese. You need to try this. Even if you don't have persimmons, I'm sure that if you had apples or pears or some kind of fruit, just the whole tart with the mascarpone with whatever kind of fruit, I'm sure would be delicious. One final bite. Most dishes I say, hey, you need to try this, you need to make this. I'm going to make this again whenever I have company come over. But this is definitely something that whenever I am wanting something that's sweet, that has a little bit of tartness and sourness, this is definitely going to become a go-to dessert for me. Like I really want to go and get another piece really quick before I share it with anybody. This was so good, so tasty, so delicious. I'm definitely going to be making this again. I might go get another piece after I'm finished filming this. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of French Food Friday. If you have any foods that you would like for me to try, please drop those in the comments below. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jacob with the Hannah Project, and like my Facebook page, Jacob with the Hannah Project. I can't wait to see you next week on another episode of French Food Friday. Au revoir. À bientôt.